family, I highly welcome you back to another praise lesson. In this video, I'm going to teach you beautiful lead lines you can play with your right hand to beautify the 1-4-5-4 praise progression, also known as the Makossa progression. Okay, so I'm going to be in the key of C sharp. Okay, so I'm sure you're familiar with the scale. That is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. Okay, and in case you are a beginner and you are not very comfortable with the key of C sharp, don't get worried or confused. Okay, so just try to understand how the principle of what I will be teaching you in this video works and duplicate it to any other key of your choice. It's still the same way. So sometimes just playing the 1-4-5-4 praise progression, that is do, fa, sol, fa, do, okay, can sound very boring sometimes. Okay, so that's why I want to teach you about 5 beautiful lead lines you can play with your right hand to beautify this progression. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how these 5 lead lines sound over the 1-4-5-4 chord progression. Then I'm going to break down all of them one by each in this video. So here's how each of the lead lines sound over the 1-4-5-4 praise progression. So let's start with the first lead line. I'm sure you might be expecting me to explain, like to break down the lead lines, that is in solfa note form. So you might be expecting me to do something like this, that is mi, sol, do, then I'll go to, let's say, fa, la, re, and something like that, okay, which I will actually do. But actually, in my own opinion, the way I encourage a lot of beginners to learn lead lines, okay, that is this particular lead line I'm playing, is to think in terms of chords rather than solfa notes, okay. I think that's the fastest way and easiest way to visualize lead lines. So instead of me breaking down the lead line for you, what I'm just going to teach you is a very easy technique you can use to play this particular lead line I just played now. So what I'm doing is that I started from the first chord in C sharp, which is do chord. Okay, so this is the do chord. Remember, this is the do chord, but I inverted it to something like this. So I started from do, then I broke the chord down. I arpeggiated the chord to something like this. You can see that is so I did, but I'm doing it very fast. That is okay. Then to the fourth chord, which is this, but actually I substituted the fourth chord with the second chord, which is the re chord. Okay, so this is the re chord. I substituted the re with the fa. Okay, and I inverted this re. So instead of playing this re like this, I played it like this. Okay, so again I started from the do chord, then I went to the re. Okay, you can see it. Okay, let's hope you can see. Then after the re, I went to the sol, which is this, and I inverted it. Okay, so remember this is the 5th chord in C sharp, which is the sol, but I inverted it to something like this, and I also broke it down to something like this. Okay, so you can see this. I think this is the best way to just learn this. Instead of teaching you the solfa notes, just think of it in terms of chords and breaking down the individual chords and just playing around with the inversions of those chords, breaking them down to produce meaningful lead lines. So in context, this is what I did again. Let me just quickly recap. So I started from 1, I went to the 4th chord, or let's say the re, okay, then the sol, the re, the do, the re, the sol, like that. Okay, but I'm doing it very fast. Hope you're also noticing the fingers I'm using. Okay, but actually it's not just a rule. You can use any comfortable finger of your choice, but if you are interested in the fingering I'm using, so you can see the way I'm playing this, so I'm using, so just notice the fingers I'm also using. So just start very slowly, and with time you increase your speed. Okay, all right, so let's move to the second lead line. So recall, these are how it sounds. Okay, okay, so that's how the second lead line sounds. So it's very simple. This one, I think the best way to teach this one is in suffer note form. So let me just break down the notes. So I started from this, sol, la, sol, do. Okay, this is sol and this is la. So sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, fa. Okay, sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, ti, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, ti, sol, la, sol, fa. Okay, so that's just what I'm playing. So let me use the higher octave. So okay, sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, ti, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, si, sol, la, sol, fa. Okay, so this is a very beautiful lead line, so you can use over the 1-4-5-4 Makossa progression. So let's move over to the third lead line you can play. Okay, so recall, this is how it sounds. Okay, so this something is very simple. It's very simple, even though it looks very complicated. So the way I'm going to teach you this one is in terms of chords. Okay, so what I'm just doing, I'm not thinking of the notes. Don't mind the amount of notes and suffer notes I'm playing in the right hand. Okay, so in the left hand I'm just simply playing the 1-4-5-4-1 progression, but in the right hand I'm also playing the 1-4-1-5 chord progression, but I'm using different voicings and inversions and I'm breaking them down. So let me break down what I'm playing. So I started from the 1, so I did like this. So I started from the 1, which is do. So this is the do chord in C sharp. Okay, so you know that normally these are the do chord is, okay, but we're using the second inversion of it. So this is the second inversion of the do chord. Okay, hope you can see the notes I'm holding. So I played the second inversion of my do chord and I broke it down like this. Okay, you can see that. Okay, that is so, do, mi, so, do. So, do, mi, do, so. Okay, so, do, mi, do, so. Okay, then I went to the fourth chord, which is fa. Okay, so this is the fourth chord. Okay, I'm also using another inversion of it. So this is the basic triad of the fourth chord, that is fa, but I inverted it to something like this and I broke it down also like this. Okay, so let's start again from do. We start from do like this. Okay, then I went to fa. Okay, again do, then to fa. So next I move to the sol, which is the fifth chord, but this is the voicing I use for the fifth chord. So I play the fifth chord like this, which is the sol. So instead of just playing the sol like this, I added this note again, which is sol in the higher octave. Okay, so this is the voicing I used. Then I broke down this voicing like this. So I did something like this. You can see that. That is so, ti, so, ti, re. Okay, so, ti, so, ti, re. Again. Okay, so let's start again from the do. So you're going to see how it works. So I started from do like this. Okay, then I went to the fa, then I go to sol, then I went back to fa, then back to do. So you can see I'm just thinking of chords, but I'm breaking down the individual chords creatively, and it's producing lead lines. So I feel this is the best way every beginner should adopt. Okay, so you can see this again. So you can just be very fast. Don't mind the speed I'm using, just start very slowly, and with time you're going to see improvements. Alright, so let's move to the fourth lead line that you can use to spice up the Makossa progression in praise songs in your church or wherever. Okay, so let me show you how it sounds again in case you've forgotten. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, so it's very simple and straightforward. Okay, So I'm going to break it down also. So the way I would advise you to visualize this also is in terms of chords, because the notes, the sofa notes are actually so much for you to cram. So I started from the first chord, which is Do, and I used this inversion. Okay, so instead of playing the first chord like this, we use the basic triad, I inverted it to something like this. Okay, and I broke it down to something like this. Okay, hope you can see. Okay, then I went to my Re instead of my 4. Okay, so I'm using the Re chord to substitute the 4 chord. So I started from Do, which is this. Okay, then I went to Re. Okay, this is Re chord. That's the first inversion of the Re chord. This is the Re. Then we inverted it the first time and we broke it down like this. Okay, that is Fa La Re Fa La. Okay. Okay, but actually before you get to this Re, what I actually did is that I added a passing note. Okay, or you can call it accidental notes, which is this. I think this is actually called the D. Okay, in most African settings they are more familiar with this as the D. That is Do, D. Okay, this is Re, this is Mo. Okay, so this is Do and this is D. Okay, so these accidental notes, this D leads to the Re. Okay, so I started from this, then I went to the Re, started from Do, then I went to the Re. But before I got to Re, I played these notes in between Do and Re. That is, so you can see this. I use this to get to the Re. Okay, so like this. Okay. Okay. So I use these notes to bridge this Do and Re. Okay, so you can see adding accidental notes really give it that kind of professional sounding. Okay, it's very nice. So then I went to the Saw like this. Okay, so you can see, if you actually watch very well, you see that what we're just doing is just simply it's still following the progression most times. Okay, the only thing that is kind of a little bit different is that we are substituting the second or the fourth chord, but it's just following the same progression but playing around with inversions and breaking the chords in a different creative way to produce meaningful lead lines. Okay, so I feel that's the best way to be more creative with your lead lines. So you can see this is Do, this is Re, Saw. So finally, let's move to the last but not the least lead line, and I'm sure this must be your favorite, okay, because it's actually my own favorite. Okay, so we recall this how it sounds. Okay, even though it looks very complicated, but it's still very simple. In as much as you are thinking in terms of chord, it's going to be much more simpler. So all I'm just doing, I started from the first chord, which is Do, but I inverted it like this. So instead of playing the Do like this, I inverted it 2 times. That is like this. Now the second version of my Do chord. So I hope you can see the notes I'm holding. So I start from the Do, then I went to the fourth chord and I inverted it, which is this. That is the Fa. Instead of playing the Fa like this, I inverted it to something like this. Then I went to the Saw like this. Okay, this is the inversion I used. Instead of playing the Saw like this, I inverted it to something like this. Okay, then I went back to Fa and Do. Okay, so just get the concept. I started from Do, then I moved to Fa, then Saw, then Fa and Do. Okay, but actually I was adding a lot of accidental notes in between the chords. Okay, and that was actually what was making it sound much more professional. So these are the accidental notes I was adding. So I started from the one like this. So I started from this. Then as I was heading to my fourth chord, which is this, I play this. So I think this is the Z. Okay, so this is saw and this is Z. So these are accidental notes. I added this note, which is Z, to get to my fa. Okay, so like this is my do. So you can see that, and hope you notice how I'm breaking down the chord. So you can see that is from do, this is do, then I played Z, then to fa. Okay, so then when I was now going to my saw, which is this, from fa, I played another accidental note, which is the to, or sometimes they call it the ta. Okay, that's an African praise setting, which is this. Okay, so I played this to get to my saw. Okay, so don't get confused. Let's start again. We start from do, then I play Z to get to my fa, then I play to to get to my saw. Okay, so the same principle is still what is used when descending. Okay, so when descending, the same thing. So this is my saw, so I'm going to go back to my fa, but to get to the fa, which is this, you understand, I'm going to play this chord, this accidental note, which is ta or to. Okay, so from saw, then I go to my fa, then from fa to my do, I'm going to play the Z again to get to my do. Okay, but don't worry, I know this might look a bit complicated, but it's very simple. Okay, so just to recap, I start from do. To get to my fa, I play Z. Okay, to get to my fa. To get to my saw, which is this, I play to to get to saw. Okay, so when descending, I start from saw again, then I play my to get to my fa, then I play my Z to get to my do. Okay, but the way you are going to do it in a way that is going to be very creative. Okay, and it's going to make sense. So this is the way I'm actually doing it. So let me do it very slowly. So you can see that. Okay. Okay. Okay, and you can even start to be more creative with it. So it's just all about creativity. I can even start to do something like this. So something like this. Okay, so if you're a beginner, don't get frustrated. Okay, it might look a bit complicated, but it's very simple. Just start very slowly, and with time you're going to improve in it. Okay,